All right, baby. We are live and officially in the locker room. If you are joining us for the first time, I am your host, Coach Terrence Wood. Unfortunately, we don't have the guru tonight. We don't have Q, the guru, with us. Obviously, we just came through Father's Day. His family's doing it right. They surprised him with the trip to Mexico, and I don't know what part of Mexico he's in. The Wi-Fi is not popping there. So you got Coach Wood and you got the superstar tonight, none other than Sincere Jackson. How's it going, Playmaker?
Oh, it's going well. It's going well.
Definitely. Well, I'm excited to have you. Are you at home? You in Texas? Where you at?
Yeah, I'm in well, Texas is my new home, I guess, for right now. So I'm in Huntsville, Texas, out in San Houston State. Yeah, I'm home right now. I just got back from the facilities a couple of hours ago. But yeah.
Nice, nice. All right, you guys. Well, hey, you guys are in store for a treat once again. This is the Locker Room Show, and this is where we bring in the best from the industry, you guys. We bring in players, we bring in coaches, we bring in the professionals in the football industry, and tonight is none other than another banger. Someone that is currently fighting their way up the football ladder. He comes from an infamous junior college, you guys. San Francisco City College has cranked out so many ballers and had an amazing career there, and now is a Division I football player at Sam Houston University. So I'm so excited to get into your story, Sincere, and just your advice, man, for this next generation. So let's get into it. For those that don't know, we have all of the content right there on the bottom ticker. All of the different topics we'll cover. Questions for Sincere are right there on the bottom. I see some of our greats already popping off in here, and that is the Munoz family saying greetings from Texas, and they're in San Antonio, and I know that you're in Huntsville. We got the great Coach Foss saying joining from the Trash Pandas game. I don't know what game he's watching. It must be a bad game on baseball or something, but he's with us, and we're excited to go, you guys. So let's get into our first topic. And this one is the sacrifice. The sacrifice, because obviously there's a sacrifice, man, to get to the level of football that you've been able to get to. Like I said, you played junior college ball. I know that you had to go to a couple different high schools. So there have been highs and lows. It's not been all red carpet for you, Sincere. So for the audience, talk to us about some sacrifices that come to mind when you talk about the journey you've traveled.
Yeah, so I'll say like the two most important things I sacrificed was my comfort and my time, I have to say, overall. There's a lot of things I had to sacrifice. I would say like I had to sacrifice not being on the game as much. I had to sacrifice, not hanging out with friends as much. I had to sacrifice just my time with my family. I had to miss a lot of, events and traveling events and stuff like that, and even just time with my friends. And I had to prioritize, trusting the process, trusting my dream, and to continue working for something that wasn't quite there yet. So it was a little hard. I'm not gonna lie, because nothing is guaranteed, especially in this industry. You can work as hard as you can, and sometimes things may not work out. So just having to trust the process, and sometimes having to miss out on a little bit of sleep. Being uncomfortable, being extra sore, but you still got to go out there and get the work. You still got to go out there and perform and handle business. Otherwise, someone else that's coming for the same spot that you do, somewhere in America or somewhere overseas, is going to take that spot. So I have to say, yeah, sacrifice a lot of comfort and time, I'd say.
Now, do you feel like, I mean, you played, I've got pictures of you playing at Texas A&M, you played in some big time games. Do you feel like the sacrifice has been well worth it?
Sorry. Yes, I feel like it was definitely worth it, 100%. Um, and I have to say, dude, sorry,
You're okay.
I have to say that, I have to say, sorry, well, lost my train of thought.
It's
Um,
just, was the sacrifice worth it? When you ran out there on that stadium for that first big game, did you feel like it was well worth all of those push-ups and wind sprints?
100%. Just because at the time, it's just like you're in your head, like this is what I'm trying to do. This is the goal I have in mind, and I have to work every day and to get towards it. There'd be some days where it's like, man, is it even worth it? Waking up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., 4 a.m. sometimes every day, going after it and just getting after the grind. It's like, man, is it worth it? Is it worth it? But at the end of the day, I can tell you from personal experience that everything panned out. It just took a lot of patience and time, but everything ended up panning out for sure. So
amazing, amazing right there. So you young superstars listening, you guys are going to camps, showcases, and you're wondering, you're in the thick of it. He's right here telling you it's worth it. So you guys keep that in mind. We're on to our next topic. And obviously I wanted to get to this, man. I couldn't let you out of here without talking about the amazing junior college that you went to. I mean, I went to a high school that was literally right across the street from San Francisco JC. And even back, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, not sincere, but even back when I was playing, man, you was cranking them out of San Francisco City College right here, 11-time national champs. I mean, we talk about Alabama and they've, I think, won 6 or 7, so crazy run that has taken place at CCSF. In your opinion, I know a lot of guys from your class went off to college. Why do the college recruiters love CCSF so much?
From what I've gathered and what I can tell, I feel like, first of all, the history, like what you said, it's always been a solid junior college to go to for such a long time, especially for football. And honestly, just in sports in general, but just like the 11-time national champions. And, specifically my year, 2021, when I was over there, we won the national championship. So I know that kind of amplified our success and our recruitment as well. But I'd say just the competition at City College. It's no matter when you
it's
go.
Real because I heard
real.
about it. So it's real. Okay.
Yes, it's 100% real. It's a dogfight every practice. And you don't really realize that. At least I personally didn't realize that until I actually made it to Division I level, and I realized how much different practice was at the Division I level versus at City College.
Okay.
At City College, it was like, man, every single rep out there, you're fighting to get your spot. You're fighting to prove yourself, to show yourself, and it was for a reason, because if you get that spot, you could showcase your skills and be able to get recruited to the next level. So I mean, the competition was there, and it was there for a reason. I'd say that the mindset too, the mindset that City College kind of gives you, if you don't have it already coming into it, is like, at the end of the day, do you love football? I feel like at one point, every single person at City College that has found success they had to ask themselves that question when they were there, because it's just football there. There's no extracurricular things over there to kind of balance out the lifestyle. It's like, dude, you're there for football and football only. There's it wasn't a lot of complaining. It was just a bunch of competing and guys, just trying to put in as much work as they could. And when you go to City College and you just see a practice, just one practice, or even a game, you kind of understand that, like, these guys are here not to, look good and put on the cool fits and, just kind of flash in front of the camera. It's like, we're here to play football. So I think that's why we've attracted so many recruiters lately.
And it's a very interesting dynamic because on one hand, sincere high school football players in the Bay Area are kind of discounted, but a lot of them go to junior college at City and go to big schools. So very interesting dynamic. If you guys are looking at junior colleges and you haven't considered San Francisco City College, Coach Collins doing an amazing job there. Kids travel from all over the country to play at City College. So that's a good deal right there. We are on to our next topic, you guys. And if you're joining us for the very first time, this is the Locker Room Show. We get in and out of the topics that matter to you as young football players, parents, and coaches in the industry. We've got a superstar with us tonight. So let's get after this next topic. And obviously, sincere, there's a lot of different conferences that are falling apart and being reconstructed. And there's different configurations of these conferences. And we're going to lose some rivalries, it looks like. Mm-hmm. One of them being Oklahoma State They call it Bedlam. When I was in college, I went to University of Colorado. After every Thanksgiving, we played Nebraska. Usually was a big game. And then we've even seen some new rivalries brew up, like in Oregon, USC. So I want to ask you, man, you're in the thick of it. You're recently in the WAC conference, but I know college football has a lot of tradition. When you think about teams maybe not playing each other anymore, maybe one day Cal, Stanford don't play each other. Is that something that you think is a big deal, or hey, we'll find new rivalries?
I definitely think it's a big deal.
Okay.
Me personally, I love the kind of the rivalry thing. Since high school, even to junior college, you got CSN versus City College. Even CSN, I mean, even City College versus Laney. And then I went to Sam Houston, and we had the big SFA game with Battle Piney Woods. That was a big rivalry too, and that would no longer be a rivalry because we're leaving the conference or moving up from FCS to FBS. And I would say that there's definitely, there's things will be missed because those traditions have gone on for such a long time. But at the same time, I believe that traditions after a while are meant to be broken, and new ones are supposed to be made. And even though those old rivalries will be in the past, new ones will come along. Just give it a couple years and it'll be right back to where it was, I feel like.
Good point. Good point. We do have the new ones that come up, you guys. And I see the great Jimmy Rucker with us. He's talking about JC football. Yes, indeed. JUCO sports in California is just more competitive. Yeah, it's a juggernaut, Mount Sac, CCSF. So, yeah, there are some dogs. And when you think of your Josh Allens, when you think of your Aaron Rodgers, these are guys that played junior college football right in California. So, definitely some playmakers. So, yeah, we're on to our next topic, and this one is a good one, Sincere, because I know that you've dealt with this personally. A lot of the young athletes, whether watching live or recorded, unfortunately, some of you guys may deal with injuries, and it's just the nature of the sport. It's par for the course. So I wanted to ask you, Sincere, because I think that you had a season-ending injury this season. We're gladiators, man. And I know that sometimes we're watching from the sidelines. It gets tough. Maybe you're not feeling as much clout in the locker room. Coach is pressuring you a little bit. In your opinion, especially because you're playing at a high level, how does a player know when it's the right time to come back from an injury?
I'd say from personal experience, it really honestly depends. It depends on what time of the year it is, because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when you get injuries and there's still a chance you can play some of the season, you just won't be 100%. Depending on how important that season is to you, you just got to suck it up and just hey, keep going. I mean, it's almost it's so common in the sport of football to just play through little knacks and bruises. But when it comes to season-ending injuries and missing a year, like what happened to me, I'd say just take your time. Honestly, there's no rush because the last thing you want to do is to rush. And I know that feeling. Trust me, guys. Like everyone out there that has injuries, I know that feeling. The the one thing you want to do is get back on the field. Prove yourself. Say like, hey, I know I was injured, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to kind of just itching to get back on the field. But I would say that just take your time and wait until you feel at least 90 to 100%. Don't try to overdo yourself. Don't try to rush yourself because at the end of the day, you may be able to play at that time, but it could come back and re-injure you, or you could strain or hurt another part of your body trying to compensate for that hurt body part. So I would
When you
say
got injured this season, did you know the season was done, or was there a chance of maybe coming back?
I pretty much knew.
Okay.
I knew almost as soon
Are
as it
you going to
happened.
get an extra season?
Yes, I do. So right
Oh,
now
yeah. Cool.
I have 2 years of eligibility. I was able to medical register last year. So
Sweet. Great, great. So you
yes,
didn't
sir.
feel any pressure from the team or from the
No,
coaches? Okay, good, good. So yeah, you young players, think about that. You know, some of you guys, I've got a young player right now, got big time future potential, but he's about to go off to college, and we're wondering if he should play this year. So you guys keep that in mind. We're on to our next topic, and definitely excited to talk to you about this, Sincere, because this is always thrown around, man. You know, what football players can go play basketball or baseball, and what basketball players or baseball players, track guys, Usain Bolt can go to another sport and ball out in a sport like football. Right here, we've got the great Allen Iverson, was one hell of a quarterback and had his jersey retired. Right here, the great Ricky Henderson probably could have played something in football. This guy right here, I'm not too familiar with him, but Adam Traore, a soccer player, and he's been courted by NFL teams to play in the NFL. So I want to ask you, and let's have a little fun with this, Sincere. When you think about guys maybe from another sport, like I said, track, maybe I don't know how well versed you are on hockey, basketball, what sport or what player do you think, man, if I could see him play some football, he'd probably ball out?
So this one is not from any of the sports you've mentioned, but
Okay.
from UFC, John Jones. I don't know if you heard, he's like one of the
Yeah.
biggest. He's like the GOAT of the UFC right now, and his brother's actually Chandler Jones, who's in the NFL.
Yep.
So I'd say him. I'd say I want to see him on the field for sure because that dude
That's
is
a good one.
a monster in the cage. And
Now, what position would you put him at?
He had to play line. Like right now,
Okay.
I'd say line, like D end. But
okay.
I'd say his prime version when he was, still like low 200s and stuff like that. I would say maybe even strong safety, maybe a little bit of linebacker.
Okay, all right. And I didn't know his brother was Chandler Jones. So yeah, he probably has strapped it up or definitely kid. Jimmy's in here. He's saying, yeah, Randy Moss was one hell of a basketball player. So yeah, that'd be a good one. And I got mine right here. Ricky Henderson. I think growing up in the Bay Area and watching him steal bases, I know he could have took a sweep to the house or something like that. So that would have been a good deal. And then obviously the great LeBron James was one hell of a high school football player as well, you guys. So we are on to our next topic. And for those that are joining us live, thank you for joining us. We've got the great Sincere Jackson in here. This is a Bay Area native, you guys. He fought and clawed his way to get to where he's at right now, which is a full ride scholarship to a Division I university. I know his dad, Leon's watching. It's not coming out of his pocket, so he's happy. And the whole Jackson family, we love you guys. So let's get on to our next topic, Sincere. We've got him for a couple more minutes here. And this one is the lightning round. The lightning round. And if you guys have not been around the locker room show, this is, we've got our sounder. This is our opportunity, you guys, to put Sincere through a little bit of a word association drill, a little bit of a quick drill. Now, he's got 60 minutes, or excuse me, he'd love to have 60 minutes. He's got 60 seconds, you guys, to get through this blitz. Now, we've got questions. We've got either or. We're going to ask him about some people he knows. And the first thing that comes to his mind is what he's supposed to share with us, unfiltered. Now, this is a wholesome young man, so I know we're going to keep it rated the right way on this show. But unfiltered, he's going to tell us what he's thinking, y'all. So let's get into the lightning round. You ready for the lightning round, Sincere?
Let's do it.
All right, the lightning round. Now, we don't just do this for fun, Sincere. We actually have a little bit of a wager on it. So your number is 15. Your number's 15. If you can get 15 answered in 60 seconds, then that means that you're at least tied for the prize. And the prize is a free dinner and a hotel stay on the Locker Room Show. So I don't know what you're eating out there in Texas, but we got your dinner and we got your hotel stay if you can get 15 or more. Okay. So that is the prize for the Locker Room Show. Now he gets one, y'all. He gets one for tech delay because we are talking from different states here and Wi-Fi might be acting up. So he gets one for tech delay. So even if he gets 14, He's good to go. Okay. So let me get the stopwatch ready. Now, even though this young man plays linebacker, he's got some wheels on him. He's got some speed. So we're at zeros. We're at zero. So everybody knows I'm not cheating. And then I've got my questions ready to go. So the first thing that comes to your mind. All right. And I won't stop the clock till I ask you the first one. All right. Number one, Sincere. First thing that comes to your mind. 49ers or Raiders? Go.
49ers.
Jimmy Collins.
Go.
J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick.
Fred Warner.
The best in the game.
Whataburger or In-N-Out?
In-N-Out.
Derek Carr.
Fresno State.
Favorite superhero?
Iron Man.
Best player you ever played against?
Oh my goodness. I guess I don't know how to say his last name. He's in the NFL right now, though. I played against an A&M.
Sweet potato fries or garlic fries? 57 seconds.
Sweet potato fries.
Time.
I didn't get anywhere close.
So it's harder than you think. It's harder than you think. Because you don't know where I'm coming. I'm gonna give a couple more for fun. We're gonna do a couple more for fun. Are you going with the ice cream sandwich or the s'mores?
S'mores. Gotta go s'mores. Classic.
All right, Micah Parsons.
Versatile. That dude is versatile. One of the best.
And are you going with the Ice Spice or the Doja Cat?
Oh, I guess Ice Spice. Ice Spice got to win that one.
Okay, so he got caught off guard with that one in the favorite player. So let's add them up and let's revisit a couple. I see some people in the chat. So he's going with the 49ers over the Raiders. So we got one there. We got Jimmy Collins as the GOAT. He's got the In-N-Out 3. He's got the Kendrick on 4. Or did you say J. Cole or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
Okay, Kendrick for 4, Fred Warner 5, 6, Derek Carr 7, best player, 8, sweet potato fries, favorite superhero 9, and then we added s'more. So you got 10. And we appreciate you. You're having some fun with us. So you say you Mike Parsons, definitely versatile. I'm definitely going with you on that. He's got Derek Carr with the Fresno State. And then I know it's a little controversy out there in Texas, but you're staying tried and true with the In-N-Out over the Whataburger, huh?
Yep, that was a little hard. I'm not gonna lie. Whataburger's up there. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, all right. So there you go. Oh, okay. Coach Foss said I'm going slow, so maybe we gotta give you an extra point there. They on me. They own me, man. All right, so we're on to our next topic, you guys, and we appreciate our time with the superstar Sincere Jackson. 2 years to go. This man is somebody that you definitely got to keep an eye out on because he's going to make big time plays next season for Sam Houston. So we're on to our last topic, you guys, and this is the audience Q&A. If you do have a question, you're a parent, a player, for Sincere, please feel free to put it in the comment section of the show. But I have one for you, because you didn't have a red carpet, recruiting process. You did, like you said, you had to be patient. You had to wait. You knew you were good, but it just didn't come fast. And then maybe even some bigger schools should have came. I know you turned down Temple. Talk to me a little bit, especially for the young men. I know your brother's going through things, especially for the young men that are in the hunt still, Sincere. What was the most frustrating part of the recruiting process? And then how did you stay sane, man, throughout all of it?
Okay. Easily the most frustrating part is the amount of texts you get, but with just filled with empty promises and filled with just empty text in general. Like people
Okay.
texting you all the time from different schools. I'm from here. I'm from here. We're gonna get you over here. I'm gonna talk to my head coach, to our head coach, and we're gonna try to get you out here. This, that, and the third. And the next thing you know, there's nothing at all. Just like no communication at all. But I'd say, one of the best ways I was able to handle that was just to understand like those guys are honestly saying that to a lot of other guys, you know,
Okay.
and you got to understand, okay, I am not going to show any kind of, I want to say excitement, but any kind of, I don't know the word, but I wouldn't
Just
hype
keep your
myself up.
poker face. Yeah.
Yes, I would keep my poker face until, I officially got that offer. I wouldn't, go around saying, this school's interested in me and this school's interested in me because it could literally go like that. Like you have schools talking to you every single day, and then the next week it's like nothing at all forever. So
So
I
so
just
for that
say,
athlete listening, how can I tell when it's real?
um, well, me personally, I knew it was real when they started, asking for transcripts.
Okay.
They start more coaches of the same school started following me. More
Okay.
coaches of those schools were trying to communicate with me, and and then they were also trying to see me in person too. I feel like those were like the top things where I felt okay, these people are somewhat serious about giving me an offer.
Okay. And for the athlete that's still fighting for theirs, I think your brother might even be in that field. What's maybe some advice just to stay focused and maybe not look at other people's lane and what other people
Hmm.
got?
Yeah, I would say stay patient and honestly, guys, this is really heartfelt. I've trust me, I've been there. You
Yeah.
know, no, like literally no offers, zero looks, everything. So when I tell you this, I really mean it. Just stay patient. Stay patient. Keep your head forward and on your own goals. Don't look what they're doing over there, what they're doing over there. You know what you want. You know what your goal is, and you got to do everything in your power to work towards it. And at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you know whether you worked hard enough that day or didn't work hard enough that day. So you could lie to yourself, or you could, do what you need to do and just stay patient and work, 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 work. Watch a lot of film, hours of extra work. Because at the end of the day, another piece of advice I'll give to you guys out there is you have to do more. You have to do more than what everyone else in the team is doing, because what the morning workouts you do and the practice and the film sessions that you have with coaches, so are a million other players doing that in all around the U.S. You have to separate yourself by going out there before, after practice, getting extra work, um, asking coach, hey, I don't understand this. Let's have a Zoom meeting or something where we can just watch huddle and just understand what's going on, or watch the plays and break down film. And there's all kinds of different things you could just do to level up your game. And
When did you feel like, sincere, that you really realized it was a business? I know your dad's been around it, your brother's going through it, but when did you realize like, oh, this is a business?
um, when did I realize? Okay, so I'll say when I first got to City College in San Francisco, I realized it was a business because um, how do I say this? So you have 150 people trying out for one team,
Wow.
and every single person has their own special story. Every single person has, was a star in their school or the whatever. And you could even say it's on the Division 1 level. I wouldn't say so much my school because I think our coaches are particularly good at taking care of our athletes, but not every coach is like that. I'm not going to tell you a lie and say every coach is like that, because it's not like that. And you realize that when you get hurt, or you're not doing as good, or you're not picking up on the defense as fast as everybody else, and it's like, oh, well, you're just going to get left behind. And that has happened to me before when I got hurt. It was like, it kind of felt like, oh, well, it's just on to the next person. We have to focus on this guy, because at the end of the day, those coaches are making their money off of performance, not off of how good that person is. And once I realized that, or not how good that person, how good of a person that person is, I should say. But once I realized that, I realized that it kind of made me approach my game a little bit differently too. Like it kind of made me take my personal feelings out of it and just allow me to focus. Hey, you know what? Whatever happens out there, whatever someone says about me or whatever, just like what I said before, just keep my own tunnel vision, doing what I do. And at the end of the day, if you continue to work hard and you do all these certain things, it's all going to work out itself, So that's
Amazing advice right there. And I know there's a lot of athletes that are be watching this live, watching the recording of this. Listen to Sincere. This is somebody that did not have a red carpet journey. He fought for every inch, you guys, and then made it and got injured and had to miss out this last season. But he's got another year and he works his tail off. And then, if you guys can't already tell, he's extremely mentally strong. So, you guys got to get in this mode if you want this life. People say, you about that life? Sincere is telling you right now, this is a business. There's people coming to take your job. The coach he can't really mess with you if you're not on the field. It's not going to be pat your back, lovey-dovey. All right. So amazing feedback, man. I'm so pumped up for your career. Always knew you were a baller and knew that eventually it would come, but it just took the right situation. I think you're in the right situation, man. So thank you for joining us tonight on the Locker Room Show, and keep kicking butt, man.
Of course. One more thing. Dad, Maria, Mom, Aiden, Jocelyn, Christian, I love you guys. Y'all keep doing what you do. Y'all keep working hard. I love you to death. I miss you guys. For real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He's always one. That's why he's a leader. He's always thinking about the pack, you guys. Now tell people where they can reach out, man. Where can they follow you and check up on your career?
Yeah, so my Twitter, my Instagram is the same. Sincere Jackson, my first and last name with one extra N at the end. But if you type in my name, you'll find it. But yeah, feel free to, follow me, DM me if you got any questions or anything like that. Just let me know.
There you go, you guys. Right there. And MJ Jackson says 100. I'm sure that's probably friend or family member. But hey, man,
my mama.
There you go. So hey, man, mama's with you. She riding with you, and keep kicking butt, man. We're proud of you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
All right, you guys. So hey, that is Sincere Jackson. Once again, there's a lot of athletes that are paying the price, you guys. They're paying the price to live their dreams. This is one that I've known since he was in high school. Always knew that he would get to this level, but it's just about being patient and then putting in that work. And so proud of Sincere. He's different. He's not just a superstar on the field. He's different off the field too. This is somebody that's going to be big in life, not just big in football. So glad, and amazing family. Shouts out to his younger brother, Aiden. I know he's big time too. He's different too. These boys work their tail off, and that's because of their mom and dad. So I know there's so many aspiring football players out there right now in the thick of it. You guys are in camps. You guys are in showcases. We got your back. Come get some of this Locker Room Show every single Thursday. Every single Thursday, we bring the industry to you live. Okay, we bring the industry to you live. Now, if you don't know, Before You Go Pro is more than just a podcast, you guys. So make sure that you follow us, subscribe on YouTube so you know who we're bringing in next. We brought in Hall of Famers. We brought in NFL agents. We brought in scouts, players, coaches, the whole thing. And we've got a superstar lineup coming to you. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you tell a friend. Now, if you don't know, Before You Go Pro is more than just a podcast, you guys. We actually work with these athletes in the trenches. We help them realize their dreams, and we stay with them until they hang up their cleats. That's how Sincere is on this show, because he's one of our athletes. Right now, we have our 2024 college football recruiting cohort. If you know somebody in the class of 2024, or if you are an aspiring football player in the class of 2024, please check us out. Go to @BeforeYouGoPro on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you find us. Go to beforeyougopro.com online. We have just started our new cohort. So athletes are going to be placed on our college prospects page. That goes out to all of the recruiters. This is a vetted page. We don't just let anybody on. I don't care who you know, what you got. We need to make sure you're the right person, just like Sincere Jackson, somebody that's going to go off to college and make the most out of their opportunity. So if you're somebody that wants to be a part of the 2024 college football recruiting cohort, or you know somebody who should be a part of it, all these young men that you see on the screen are before you go pro athletes. We would love to help you out, okay, and see you to the next level. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're just joining us, you didn't catch Sincere, then go back, check the recording, because he laid out some gems, you guys, of what you young athletes need to expect if you want to take the route that he has to big time college football. So once again, I am Coach Terrence Wood. You guys have an amazing weekend. You superstars that are out there competing this weekend, get after it, stay healthy, make sure you stretch, make sure you're drinking your water, and then we will see you guys next week in the Locker Room Show. You guys have a good one. We'll see you at the top.